Hi guys, how's it going today? So today I wanted to address something that is brought up a lot when I'm coaching people through a weight loss program. And it has to do with hitting a plateau. Totally normal, it happens to all of us. It's just the way it goes. But people can get really discouraged if they're doing really well and then they just kind of hit this wall and they're on track and they're still not losing, and it just becomes, it kind of becomes this mental battle that we have. So first of all, I wanted to kind of cover a few things that could potentially bring you to a plateau in your weight loss. One is water intake. A lot of times people think they're drinking enough water, but the reality is they're not. So you should be consuming half of your body weight in ounces. So a 100-pound person should be drinking 50 ounces of water every day. And that's just kind of my guideline. Some people drink more, some people drink less, but that is the first thing that I ask my clients when they say, oh, I can't, I'm hitting a plateau, I'm feeling kind of, swollen. How much water are you drinking? And most of the time it's an easy fix, up your water intake, right? So that's number one. The next thing I ask them is, what does your protein intake look like? Look, protein helps burn fat. There is some controversy out there about, ketogenic, healthy fats. That's more the way to go. But the reality is protein helps build lean muscles. Lean muscles burn fat, like a constant state. So if you haven't looked into protein pacing, you might want to do that. It's just Google Isogenics protein pacing. There should be some articles that come up. I think I shared one the other day on my page. Great article. Definitely look into it because it's a great way to get adequate amount of protein that's going to keep you fueled and keep building those lean muscles. So definitely you want to look at your protein intake. Another reason you can hit a plateau is hormones, and this goes for men and women. Hormones play a huge role in what your body is doing. So if your hormones are out of whack, it could potentially be causing a plateau in your weight loss journey. For a lot of people, especially when you hit late 30s, early 40s, things start shifting and changing, and your body's kind of going through a crazy time. And so hormones can be a huge factor in hitting that plateau when it comes to weight loss. Let's see. I just made some notes because I didn't want to miss anything. Body weight. So here is something that a lot of people don't know. When your body weight starts to decrease, your resting metabolic rate slows down. So it becomes just a little bit slower in the process of losing weight. So when you are hitting a plateau, if you've dropped 20, 30 pounds, even that small amount, even 10 pounds is enough to kind of slow that resting metabolic rate down a little bit. So you're going to notice it's a little bit harder. You might have to break through that plateau. Also take a look at the extra calories that you could be consuming that perhaps you're not tracking or you're not aware of. Salad dressings, lattes, alcohol is a huge factor that can completely cause you to hit a brick wall and you don't even realize it. I blogged about this a while ago, the effects on alcohol and weight loss. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying don't ever drink, because that's not, realistic. And I even like to have a glass of wine sometimes with my dinner, but don't be surprised if it causes this shift. Maybe you gain a couple of pounds through the next couple of days, because what happens is your body, it's burning the sugar and the alcohol for energy instead of fat or complex carbohydrates that you're feeding it. So it's not dipping into the storage that it needs to burn for energy, and so your weight loss could totally plateau a little bit. So a few ways to work on breaking it. Check those things out and see if you can see an inconsistency in what's going on and make those adjustments. But if you are completely spot on clean, there's no added anything. Oh, another thing, artificial sweeteners. Keep in mind that if you are consuming products with artificial sweeteners, aspartame, Splenda, that kind of stuff, which is the same thing, it definitely can cause your body to go in reverse. There have been a ton of studies done. for a long time that these products can actually cause weight gain. Not to mention the neurological effects that it has on you. They're just plain toxic. So if you are a Diet Coke drinker, a Diet Pepsi drinker, if you use artificial sugars like Splenda and Sweet and Low and those things, try and stop at all costs, because that could totally be the wall that you are running into when it comes to weight loss and plateauing. So, okay, so let's talk about if you're spot on everything and you're just like, what is going on? I do not even know. It is time to mix things up. It is time to just trick the body, kind of set it in motion to be like, whoa, what's going on? Mix up your exercise routine. If you are consistently doing the same thing every single day, your body is used to it. There is no challenge. You're not bringing your heart rate up. You're not getting into burning any more calories or fat. So mix it up. Maybe add like some yoga once a week. Maybe do a HIIT class. Maybe, trade the spin class for a run or vice versa. Mix things up. Don't be so consistent in the exercise. Shock your body a little bit. The other thing you need to take a look at is your calories, okay? So here is something that I find a lot of my clients are doing. They're not consuming enough calories, okay? Especially if you're active, you are gonna need to consume a little bit more than the average person, because here's the deal, your body is gonna go into starvation mode and hang on to everything because it doesn't know when it's gonna get fed again. So I'm a firm believer that a lot of times making that small adjustment by just increasing your calories, even by a couple hundred a day, could totally kickstart that weight loss again. You could very possibly be not consuming enough calories, and I know that that goes against what a lot of people have been taught for so many years, but it's the truth. And if any of my coaching clients are watching this video and you were in this position where I said raise your calories and then you started dropping weight, feel free to comment. I know that a lot of times people try and stay in this like 1,200 calorie range, like let's say women. That's not enough calories. I mean, it's good nutrition, but you might need to up it just a little bit, even by 100 or 200 calories. I mean, try it. Don't just try it for a day or two and say, oh, it's not working. Give it a week or two to really allow your body to realize that you're not starving it. The other thing is sleep. Take a look at your sleep. Are you not getting enough sleep? Sleep is huge. Sleep is when your body is able to recover and heal and just rest and start fresh. And sleep is a huge component in every area of life. It doesn't necessarily mean just weight loss. The other thing is stress. If you are hugely stressed, more so than normal, it is going to completely cause everything to be out of whack. Stress is a huge, huge component for weight gain. Here's what I like to tell my clients. If you're going through a super stressed period and you're taking the Ionic Supreme Adaptogen, double your dose. Take an ounce in the morning and an ounce at night. Or if you are taking the Ionics in the morning and you're having problems sleeping and you're stressed out, shift the dose to the nighttime, because it's going to give your body what it's lacking, what it's needing. So if it's sleep you're needing, take it at night. It's gonna help with stress. A lot of times if you aren't sleeping, it causes stress. So it's like this vicious cycle. But if you're not taking the Ionic Supreme, I seriously recommend getting started on it. Start with 1 ounce a day and you will definitely notice a drastic reduction in stress, and probably it will even help your sleep. Okay, so here's what I suggest to some people who have hit a plateau and they've kind of tried everything and they're not really sure what to do. We need to get the protein in their diet kind of boosted. We need to mix things up a little bit. There's a thing that's been floating around. It's called a Whey day. Whey meaning protein, whey protein. So Isagenix has a protein powder that is strictly protein. It's Isopro. It's 18 grams of protein in one serving, which is one scoop. It's got a little bit of a flavor to it, but it's not like the Isoline shake. So it's not a meal replacement. It's just a protein booster. And so I'm gonna post what the Whey Day consists of in the comments under this video. But basically what you're doing is you're providing your body with super high amounts of protein for one day just to shake things up a little bit. This isn't something that I recommend take the place of a cleanse day, but definitely if you've hit a plateau and you have went down the lines of every other thing that could be contributing to it, and you've tried every aspect to give yourself that shift to get over the plateau, I would recommend trying a Whey Day. I have been known to recommend it in the past. I have done it a couple of times. It works if you do it to a T. There can be no veering. So some people think that it's harder than a cleanse day because there's absolutely no room for error. Like, you have to do it 100% completely on par. That is the talk that I wanted to have about hitting that wall, you know, when you have hit that plateau and you're just not really sure what to do. And this is a kind of a long video, but I think it needed to be addressed because I get this question a lot. And so another thing that I tell people is it takes 21 days to form a habit, okay? But I am a firm believer that it takes about 3 months to figure out exactly what the habit is that's gonna work for you. Meaning, 21 days of eating healthy is fine. It's great. It's getting you on that track. But when you're trying to figure out like what the right ratio of stuff is for your body on your journey, it takes about 3 months. It's like 90 days. I mean, there are times when I forgot to turn my phone off. When I literally think I have it figured out, and I've been doing this since 2009. So your body's constantly changing, you're getting older, your hormones, so there's always a shift. If you can get 21 days on system, I mean, that is a habit in itself. And then think about it. You have to fine tune it, because I know that I have people that started out on system with a certain amount of calories that they were consuming, but they're constantly playing with it to figure out what works best for them. And I feel like most people have it dialed in at about the 90-day mark. So here's what I want to say to you. Don't get discouraged, don't get frustrated. Just trust in the process and know there are amazing things going on inside your body on a daily basis when you provide it the nutrients that it needs. Even if the scale isn't moving, even if your clothes are not fitting differently, there are amazing things going on inside your body that cannot be measured by a number and the way you look in clothes. So sometimes it's gonna take a little bit longer than what you think it should in your head, and that's okay because it's your journey and we all have our own journey. It takes a little, bit longer for some people, but that doesn't mean that great things aren't happening inside, around your organs, in your cells, in, your liver, just everything in your brain. Just don't give up, just stay the course. Trust in the process and know that you're doing amazing things for yourself. It's gonna happen. It just might not happen when you want it to. Okay, I hope that answered any questions that anyone had. If you do have a question for me, post it in the comments and I will definitely get a response to you. Have a great day.